The benefits of growing old. Yeah, you heard it right. There are benefits of growing old. You may not think so. I guess we live in a culture that worships youth. It's always been the case. But in fact, there's a lot of benefits of getting old. And by older, I mean people 5 years older than me. So what are these benefits? Well, let's go through the list. I'm not going to answer it. So we look at health. Well, if you've looked after your health as you get older, you won't necessarily be in worse health as you get older. Just be a slow deterioration. You didn't smoke. You drank alcohol in moderation. I tended to do that and had years where I didn't drink at all. So my health is still pretty good, actually. I'm being very fortunate in that regard. I've used aspirin, fish oil, and other herbal supplements, and my health is good, so there's no difference. Family. You've had your children, they're growing up, you've looked after them, they're doing well, they're in good health. So that's very satisfying. That's now behind you. You've got your grandchildren, you don't have to be so closely involved. Children do take up a lot of your time, a lot of obligations and everything. So now you've got a lot more time to yourself. So there's two benefits. Your job, well, your job's behind. A job, you may still be doing it, but if you've worked hard at your job and you've probably now got the option to retire or to keep going just to give yourself something to do. So hopefully you've done reasonably well in your job and it hasn't been a disaster. You've put time and effort into your job to benefit there. So all that toil and trouble's behind you. Now, when I think of my children, I wouldn't want to go through all the troubles you have when you're younger, sitting exams, worrying about trying to pass, dealing with professional organisations, complaints, problems, all that sort of stuff. That's all behind me now, and I can finally get on with enjoying life. When you have professional organisations, is a complaint that causes a lot of anxiety, especially for young doctors. You don't get that when you get older. Money, well, money is now it's a reward for having been careful with your money over the years, put savings aside. Now you can actually observe that money that you've put aside or your savings and enjoy it. And over a few years prior to retirement, you probably had a great opportunity to cut down your costs. So now you've got your pile there, you can start spending, enjoying it, perhaps splash out on a few things like a few luxury items, business or first class travel, maybe some luxury car. Regrets? I should never have regrets. No use having regrets about the past, not going to change anything. Happiness, overall happiness. I feel a lot happier as an older person, less anxieties in regard to job and professional organisations, especially when you're a doctor or a surgeon. So I think people get happier as they get older. But it all depends upon how you lived your life. If you put a lot of time and effort into it, then you're probably going to reap a lot more rewards as you get older. If you weren't so cautious and you lived fast and hard and a silly life, you probably won't get any benefits being older. But I enjoy my life now, and I'll call it my maturity. So there's a lot of benefits from being older. Thanks for listening.